We do have this triumphalist approach by Rajapaksa. He was sworn in at a Buddhist shrine. He acts like he was a reincarnated Sinhala king from 2,000 years ago, denying to the Tamil community the justice and truth they would be entitled to if they were to be treated equally in the society, creating the impression that this country won't be for all the people of Sri Lanka. In the long run, that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. For those of us at the international level that care about this, I think the message is clear in terms of what we need to do. One, there really should be no full normalization with this government. It may, come and say we'll support one country or another in some kind of regional dispute if you back us. Shouldn't be treated that way until it lives up to its international obligations. It says it's withdrawn from this Geneva resolution. That doesn't make any difference. It's still a resolution that's binding on this government. They need to fulfill transitional justice as provided in Resolution 30-1, the truth about the missing, the justice, prosecution of the serious offenders in an independent court, and the reparation of the victims. Two, particularly these individuals that are involved in these crimes need to be banned internationally. The United States has, under its human rights sanctions, banned General Shavendra Silva, who's the leader of the military under Rajapaksa's appointment. Others who would go on peacekeeping missions have been barred from those missions. And those that are involved in these crimes shouldn't be traveling in the region or anywhere internationally without peril of being arrested for breach of sanctions. There should be a continued effort to document these crimes, to work with survivors, to protect survivors if they're outside the country, to build the most solid evidence for the future. And then we should proceed abroad to the extent we can. As we have in the case of Syria and elsewhere, it's been possible to prosecute in third countries, and there should be third country prosecutions here as well. And those of us outside Sri Lanka should listen to the survivors and take their testimony and help create the space for them to continue to work for justice. Now, I know it's been a long time in any of our lives, crimes that happened 11 years ago, some dating back now 20 or 30 years. I mentioned Srebrenica earlier, the individuals that were the leaders of that genocide at Srebrenica. Prime Minister Karadzic, he was on the run for 13 years and was arrested in 2008 and has since been found guilty and both on trial and appeal for genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity. General Mladic was on the run until 2011, 16 years. He's been held to account. Recently, in the Rwandan context, one of those involved in the hate radio and in financing the genocide, Felicien Kabuga, who was indicted in 1997, he was found in France and today has been charged. And frankly, if you go to Germany, there are individuals who are 93 years old that are still being charged for their participation at Auschwitz. So for crimes like these, there's no statute of limitations. And all I can say is that the same justice that the victims had for those crimes is due the Tamils of Sri Lanka, and for as long as I live, I will continue to do what I can to assist that cause of justice. And assist them in particularly in gaining the respect to which they're due and the equal status that they're due in Sri Lanka. But that's not possible. Even if you develop, even if positive things could be done by this government, it's not possible without there being truth, without there being justice. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ambassador, for your personal knowledge, experience, and giving us this very, very important and powerful speech. Thank you so much.